Welcome to Mint Wellness, where we bring you science-backed strategies to help you thrive. From better energy to lasting wellness, we're here to empower your healthiest, happiest life. Let's dive in.
When it comes to starting a family, like actually becoming a parent, yeah, it can be a wild ride.
It really can.
Exciting and emotional, for sure. But sometimes it's honestly just plain confusing. Like, where do you even begin?
Right.
And that's why we're here today. We're diving deep into understanding and improving fertility.
Yeah, we're going to break it all down.
Think of this deep dive as like your crash course on all things fertility. We'll cover the medical stuff you absolutely need to know.
Also, yeah.
Those lifestyle changes that can make a difference.
Those everyday things.
And even some like super advanced treatments that you might not have even heard of.
The cutting edge stuff for sure.
We're talking the whole picture, from understanding those first tests you take
To the diagnostic stuff.
to figuring out what holistic options are out there.
Taking control, empowering yourself.
Exactly. So you can walk away feeling like you've got this.
Informed and ready to take action.
And you know what? Something that might surprise you. You know, when we talk about fertility,
Yeah.
it's not just about the woman. Not at all.
Absolutely.
It's a team effort. Both partners are in this together equally.
100%.
So, like, where do doctors even start? What are they looking at when they're trying to figure out someone's fertility?
Well, one of the first things they'll do often is run a bunch of hormone tests.
Okay.
For both men and women. It's like getting a snapshot of your hormonal health.
I see.
And for women, these tests can reveal any imbalances that might be messing with ovulation.
Oh.
And they'll also be checking for conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome.
PCOS.
Yeah, exactly. It's a hormonal disorder where cysts form on the ovaries.
And that can affect fertility.
It can, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, actually pretty common. And a lot of women don't even know they have it.
Oh, wow.
And then they'll look at thyroid function too, because even those like subtle thyroid issues, those can mess with fertility as well.
So it's like they're playing detective with your hormones.
A little bit, yeah. They're looking for clues.
And what about for men? What are they looking for?
For men, well, the tests are going to focus on checking testosterone levels and, making sure everything's working down there.
Right.
Evaluating testicular function, sperm production, all that. Making sure things are healthy.
Makes sense. Reading through the source material, something that really jumped out at me was how important it is to get tested for STIs.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Chlamydia, gonorrhea, and uriplasma. It's like, why is that so important for fertility?
Well, it's important because these infections, a lot of times they don't really cause any noticeable symptoms. People might not even realize they have them.
Oh, wow.
But the problem is if they go untreated, they can actually do some serious damage to the reproductive system in both men and women. And that can lead to problems getting pregnant later on.
So it's really a silent threat almost.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, that's a really important point. I bet a lot of people listening haven't even thought about that.
Hopefully we can bring more awareness to it.
Absolutely. It just goes to show that getting tested, even if you feel totally fine, it's just crucial.
Peace of mind for sure.
But, it's not all about medical tests.
All right.
There's more to the story. The source material talks about how the choices we make, like in our everyday lives, how those can impact fertility too.
Lifestyle, absolutely.
Lifestyle.
Exactly.
Things like smoking, how much you weigh, what you eat, even how stressed you are, they all play a role.
Yeah.
Because they all impact your hormones. And hormones, we know, are at the heart of fertility.
Right.
So, for example, if you're way overweight or underweight, that can throw your hormones out of whack.
Really?
And then that can mess with ovulation in women and sperm production in men.
Wow. So it's like everything is connected.
Exactly.
Like taking care of your overall health is also a way of taking care of your fertility.
It all ties together. Yeah. And that's where it gets really interesting to me, because the source material also talks about like holistic approaches to fertility, those hormone balancing foods.
Yeah.
But what does that even look like? Like, what are we actually talking about here?
Well, think of it like this. It's like taking charge of your fertility by using the power of food.
Okay.
There are certain foods that can actually help regulate your hormones naturally.
Wow.
So, for example, for men, zinc is really important for testosterone production.
Okay.
And you can find zinc in foods like pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds. I love those.
There you go.
Okay.
And for women, omega-3 fatty acids are important for egg quality.
Got it.
And you get those in fatty fish like salmon.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then there are things like folate,
Folate.
which is crucial for cell growth and development. And you can find that in leafy greens.
So it's not just about what you're not eating, but about what you're actually putting into your body. It's about, giving your body what it needs to thrive.
Nourishing it inside and out.
Thanks for listening to Mint Wellness. Feeling like you could do with a boost of mental clarity and greater calm in your busy life? OxyTap Water Solutions could help, and harness the power of nature with state-of-the-art cellular therapies to give you that extra edge to perform at your best and live life to the fullest. Speak to Mint Wellness practitioners and get a leg up on energy, clarity, and wellness. And now, back to the podcast.
Speaking of nourishing your body, the source also mentioned something called adaptogenic herbs.
Adaptogens, yeah.
I have to admit, I've heard people talk about them, but I never really got what they actually were.
So think of adaptogenic herbs they're like nature's stress relievers. They basically help your body deal with stress better, which is huge because stress can really mess with your hormones.
Right.
A good example is ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
It's a really popular adaptogen, and it can help balance out cortisol levels, which is, super important for reproductive health.
Cortisol, that's the stress hormone. Right.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The source also mentions a place called Mint Wellness, and they seem to offer a whole range of treatments.
Yeah, they do.
Some are more like, conventional medicine, and then others are more holistic.
Yeah.
What I thought was really interesting were things like IV vitamin therapy, Pronuvia, and ionic calcium supplements.
They have a lot going on.
What are those exactly?
So it seems like Mint Wellness, they're all about this multi-pronged approach, which can be really helpful for fertility. So IV vitamin therapy, that's where they're putting nutrients directly into your bloodstream.
Oh, wow.
So it bypasses your digestive system, which is really helpful if you have trouble absorbing nutrients from food.
That's really cool.
And then Pronuvia is this, it's like a specially formulated nutritional supplement.
Okay.
It's designed to support hormonal balance.
I see.
And the ionic calcium supplements, they're believed to be involved in a bunch of different bodily functions, including reproductive health.
Wow, that's interesting. It's amazing, all the different options that are out there now.
It really is.
And then, on the more, I guess you could say, high-tech side of things, the source material mentions some pretty advanced technologies.
Yeah, there's cutting-edge treatments.
Stem cell injections and ICSI IVF.
It's incredible how fast things are changing in the fertility world.
It is.
Stem cell injections, they're doing a lot of research with those right now.
Oh, yeah.
And they're exploring how they can be used to, regenerate damaged tissue in the reproductive system.
Wow.
And ICSI IVF, it stands for intracytoplasmic sperm injection.
Yeah.
It's a technique they use in IVF where they take a single sperm and inject it directly into an egg.
Directly into the egg.
It can boost the chances of fertilization, which is, especially helpful when male infertility is a factor.
Wow. Well, this has been an incredible deep dive for me, I have to say. I've learned so much.
Me too.
And I hope you at home listening have too. I mean, we've covered so much. We started with the basic tests, the diagnostics.
It was the foundation.
Yeah. And then we went into how lifestyle choices can impact fertility.
What you can do every day to make a difference.
Exactly. And then we even peeked into those cutting-edge treatments. It's amazing what's possible now.
It's all about giving you the information you need so you can make the decisions that are right for you on your fertility journey.
Exactly. And that kind of brings us to our final thought for today. Something for you to think about as you go about your day, as you move forward on your journey.
Okay.
With all these options out there, medical interventions, holistic practices, advanced technology.
There's a lot to consider.
How do you navigate your own unique path to parenthood? And how do you make the choices that feel right for you?
It's a very personal journey.
It is. It's a journey worth exploring, though. And you don't have to do it alone. Thanks for joining us for The Deep Dive.
See you next time.
Thanks for joining us at Mint Wellness. Get a free bottle of Radiance, a powerful skin protectant. Just quote SP25 when you visit Mint Wellness. Until next time, stay well and keep thriving.